Anyways, we have a decent amount of stuff happening this week. It's been pretty dry in terms of film right now because these fucking strikes. Pay the studios.
Huh?
Pay the.
Huh? I do not associate with this man. I am not this.
That's not what I meant to say. Pay the writers. Oh, fuck.
That's it. You have that
clip.
You have that clip forever.
No, pay the writers for the love of God. You're making me go crazy, bro. That wasn't me, bro. I'm a skinwalker, dog. They got me, man.
They got you. It's over, bro.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro.
We have that clip forever, bro.
Oh, my God, bro. I just screamed into the fucking mic, pay the studios, and we have to follow a certain set of guidelines, and I just broke all of them.
You just broke all of them.
Pay the writers, pay the actors. Fuck. I completely fucked that up. That's insane. I can't believe I did that.
I can't believe you did that either. That broke my heart.
Bro, you looked at me like, what?
I was like, what?
Bro, I'm so aggravated right now because I don't know if I should use that. Anyway, we stand with SAG-AFTRA,
WGA.
Yeah, man, pay the fucking writers, man. Pay the writers because
not the studios, though. Not the studios.
We don't pay the writers. We end up with shit like Blue Beetle.
There we go. Yeah, that's what happens.
We end up with shit like Blue Beetle, bro. What the fuck? Like, I've never been so. I don't fully know how to feel about this movie. I'm definitely leaning on I don't like it. I'm definitely leaning on more of I don't like this movie. I enjoyed some parts of it. It had good ideas, but it was overall a failure of a movie. I thought it completely I just couldn't get behind it.
We're on the same wavelength then in terms of, man, because I really didn't connect with the movie, and that's pretty important. You want to be able to actually watch a movie and be in the universe, be in the world, and me, I felt like I was in the audience watching a movie that I didn't like, and it was rough.
And I guess my personal connection to it is I'm Hispanic myself. It was nice to see good Hispanic representation in a movie. I think that's the one thing they nailed. It's one of the most important things they had to nail.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I'm happy that they got that right. I definitely see a lot of families going to see this movie, enjoying that aspect of it. They speak Spanglish in the movie. I fucking loved it. I loved every second of that. They're cursing.
They had a good dynamic with the family members. It did feel like a family, which is an important part.
The family. That's another positive I'll say is the family dynamic was good. Yeah, it was good. You hate them at first. And then they grow on you, but I think that's almost done purposefully, and it makes sense because that's kind of how a family is.
And I will say that the trailers didn't really introduce them in a positive light, the way that I was looking at all these family members, but in the movie itself they grew on me. In the trailer I saw George Lopez calling Batman a fascist, and I was wondering if this is since this is in the James Gunn universe, does that mean that George Lopez believes that Bradley Cooper's Batman or whoever's playing Batman in the James Gunn universe is...
Dog, you did not just say Bradley Cooper's Batman.
Isn't it Bradley Cooper's Batman and James Gunn? Isn't that who he's trying to cast?
He said it again.
Yeah, who's he trying to cast then? Who's the Batman in James Gunn's universe? Do you know?
I don't know. Talking about James Gunn?
James Gunn.
Bro, I thought you were talking about Zack.
No,
Zack Snyder. I was bro, that's Ben Affleck.
No, dude. No.
Bradley Cooper is Batman.
I heard that in Brave and the Bold, they're trying to cast Bradley Cooper. No?
Don't do that.
I don't know for sure, but does that mean that James Gunn's Batman is considered a fascist by George Lucas? Because I know that Blue Beetle is in the James Gunn universe, technically. I kind of heard that it's connected,
I don't
but not
even
really.
know if that's true.
Right. It was one of those things where James Gunn was trying to get people to watch
bad with that stuff.
The soft reboot.
It ruined all of the box office revenue all these films have received up until now,
Flash,
Black Adam. Black Adam did decent because of The Rock. Shazam was a terrible movie. Deserved its box office.
Right.
Shazam 2. Shazam 1 is amazing. I love
Wrath of the
Shazam.
Gods.
Fury of the Gods.
Whatever.
Get your fucking facts right. Get your movie titles right.
I can't remember these forgettable movies, man.
We're professionals. You can't be doing that.
They don't even remember the movie they made, bro. How am I supposed to remember this movie?
Zachary Levi remembers that fucking movie. That dude was
poor Zachary Levi.
Poor fucking guy. Yo, I know John Wick 4. Oh, what do you mean the best movie of the fucking year just dropped on the weekend? Yo, go. But that's not a family movie. That's not a family. Go take the kids out to go see Shazam. What? So they can kill themselves watching that fucking garbage? What the? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's so dark because it's true.
So is the cinematography in that dog shit fucking movie. Can't see
man,
shit.
you can't see anything. It's true. Oh, fuck.
It's like Game of Thrones episode 5.
No.
Season
8. Season 8, man. That battle was terrible. You haven't even seen it, but that battle was
don't
terrible,
even get into
bro.
it. I don't think you ran about fucking Game of Thrones.
Dude,
It's fucking nerd.
that shit is terrible, bro. It's so bad. But anyway, back to Blue Beetle. Back to the topic.
By the way, Zachary Levi, I love you. Please don't come at me if I ever meet you in real life. Please, I love you, bro. You were one of the people that wanted to make an Uncharted movie, and look what they did to us, man. Look what they did to us, bro. Oh, man. And he's great at Shazam. Don't want to shit on him on that. But anyways, going back to Blue Beetle. The family was good, but I genuinely feel like the biggest problem for me in the movie is that you could blame it on the script, but I also feel like the guy who plays Jamie Cholo, I don't know how to pronounce. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry if we butcher the pronunciations for these characters. Cause
respect to you. You have so much success with Cobra Kai. People seem to love you. I haven't seen the show.
I haven't either, but I've heard great things. You know.
Yeah, I've heard great things. It's already 4 seasons strong.
Wow.
Don't know much about the guy. Seems very nice. I've seen interviews. Did not work for me in this movie. He did not work for me in this movie.
What didn't exactly work for you with him?
He came off just corny and just not like, it didn't feel like a character. It felt like he was acting. And I hate that. Like, but if I feel like you're acting.
To be fair, I felt that with a lot of the characters in the movie. Like a lot of
but that's it's
like,
different to feel it with side characters, but for the main guy, character, right? Bro, like you're the title of this movie. You know, I mean, that's me personally. I probably, a lot of people don't agree with me.
Yeah,
that's fine. I'm probably in the minority on this, but I don't think he worked for me.
For me, I think the character that we can all agree on that like sort of felt like very cartoony was like the villain billionaire boss woman, Victoria Cord, I believe her name was.
Was she even a character?
She was like just a caricature. She was just like a stereotype of that type of villain. You know, the billionaire boss that's trying to, you know, like take control of an object type thing. You know, it's
for the greater good.
For the greater good.
For the greater good.
It's like like the Hot Fuzz, like for the greater good, like they're all saying that, like in that movie, like the cult villains. It reminds me of that, but it's not like ironic in this movie. You know, this movie takes it seriously, and that's what makes it even worse. You know what I mean? Like Hot Fuzz is just all like a joke, but like over here it's just like, oh no, this is not it. Hot Fuzz, the Edgar Wright film.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was thinking about what you said before. So what was the last sentence you said?
Well, no. Edgar Wright's Hot Fuzz. Remember the buddy cop movie where it's part of the Cornetto trilogy? Yeah. Over there, that like.
I remember the buddy cop movie from the Cornetto trilogy.
Just checking, but you know, like they're all like for the greater good, like all those cult guys that they were fighting at the towards the end of the movie.
Oh,
yeah, bro.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Exactly, and so over there, it was more like a joke. It was more like ironic and funny, and then over here in Blue Beetle, it was serious and just like. Takes you out, you know, like where she's constantly just repeating that line. It's just you know, it's sort of like stamping on all of our heads her motivation in like the most clear first draft type way.
I don't even know what to call that shit, bro. She said it twice in the same sentence. And I'm just like, so I guess we're just not gonna make movies anymore. That's just the decision Warner Bros has made. It's just we're gonna stop making movies, bro. Oh my god, bro! Dog, I want to know how bad was Batgirl for this to have been released. Like, I want to know how bad that movie was that they decided to release this instead of that.
Well, they did like a really interesting thing with Batgirl where they by not putting the movie out, they got like a tax write-off or something like that actually allowed Warner Bros to save money or something. So it's always really
the money that they should be giving the writers.
Yeah, exactly.
And the actors?
Good save.
That money, right?
Yeah, that money.
That was different.
You didn't like my wink, bro?
No.
My winks are sexy,
Mine
bro.
was pretty bad, But we should not do it.
We should not wink at the camera.
Yeah, bro. I think, so he didn't work. The villain, there's so much about this movie that doesn't work, bro. Like everything good about the villain being smushed into a montage.
Yeah, and his like near his death scene, like right around like the end, you know. And so they throughout the whole movie, he's just like a nothing character, and then they try to make us care for him right before he
because
makes
the
a
movie,
sacrifice.
I can see what the movie was trying to talk about. It was trying to touch upon imperialism, and then it never fully explored that. It never fully explored that because this company was clear. Like it connects to the tagline. Jamie Reyes is a superhero whether he likes it or not. This piece of technology just attached itself to this boy, this young man, and it's forcing him to have this responsibility and burden for the rest of his life that he has to deal with and live with. And it's kind of what happens to the villain. But we find that out through these like terribly shot like flashback sequences from his memory, bro. And the line delivery from the Beetle or whatever, the AI system inside his head was like, "Let me show you his memories."
Right, when he connected into
I
the
was
system.
like, dog. I was like, why? He kill him. I was like, why are we wasting time? Oh my, the fucking Blue Beetle just there like having epilepsy, like looking through his memories, and then the guy just stabs him.
I will say one funny thing that I noticed throughout the movie was that, you know, Blue Beetle's character, he was having like a moral crisis with like trying not to have the AI kill people while he was fighting with the weapons. Meanwhile, his family had all these weapons, bro, and they were just killing people left and right. I was thinking
about that shit.
I was like, what is going on here?
I remember that, like, I was watching the movie, and then all of a sudden I just see a stinger from the ship go through someone's body, and I'm just like,
what is? Yeah, that was brutal, bro. I was like,
he's like, ah! Ah!
It's just like they're torturing him,
here, bro. Like,
it's like the worst type of death imaginable, bro. They're just. And then you have like the grandma being like, "Oh yeah, I fought for the resistance," and she's just like murdering people left and right. I'm like, wait,
can we go through her flashbacks, bro? Can we go through her memories real quick, bro?
That would have been better.
I want to know what the fuck Abuelita was doing back in her day, bro.
Nana was a beast, bro.
Nana was a beast, bro. Oh my god, bro. Yeah, that's wild, dog. I remember, I thought I was going crazy. I was like, do people not see that like they're dying? Like, they're dead, bro. Like they're
killing all these these guys.
They have a post-credit scene where that guy's like getting it's his villain origin story. It's like fucking Peacemaker, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, James gonna make a TV show about that guy, bro.
You'll be like, they didn't care. They stabbed me.
No, you know what scene like made I was with Adrian. And the scene that made him laugh was like that Blue Beetle ship is like crashing into the base, and there's one guy's like, he's like, "Take cover!" He just looks into the camera and screams, bro. Like they put that shot.
Yeah,
some guy like looked into the camera, was like, "That's gonna be in the edit. That's gonna be in the edit, bro." Praise God. Oh, bro, that's fucking crazy. But yeah, I think the movie had some good ideas, and they could have definitely touched upon it, but they should have spread that out through the movie. Like, they should have had him he barely has any lines in the movie.
Yeah, no, like
he's mostly silent.
I thought he was mainly just like a disposable like henchman character that they were just gonna get rid of, you know, and just have him fight with like the robot stuff.
Which is basically kind of what he was.
And that's what he ended up being. And I was like, whoa, like this is. And then they did all that backstory stuff at the end. I was like, what are they trying? They're trying to make me feel for him after I just like spent the whole movie not caring.
It's a first draft with $100 million budget. That's the best I can say. In my opinion, you don't agree with me. I thought the CGI was decent in a lot of the scenes. I thought it was better than, just because we've seen so much bad CGI.
To be fair, there have been a lot of recent movies with terrible CGI, but I don't know. Even with this one, there were like a lot of scenes that with like the CG, it took me out. I liked the transformation scene and the suit. I think you mentioned that it was practical. Like a lot of the Blue Beetle
suit is practical. Most scenes of the suit is practical. I know the mask. I think the mask is CG. Mask is CG because he has a black hood, and then like this part, his face is left out.
I will say, I think like the suit looks like pretty great. Like there's a lot of like recent like Marvel films and stuff like that where like they use like the nanotech and it makes like the suits look terrible. I'm like, what are they doing? But like over here, like the suit looks good, all this stuff. But there was CGI, especially in that pinnacle scene where it was like he was talking with his dad in like the realm, and that scene took me out.
Yeah,
of the movie.
I didn't think that was that bad.
I thought it was.
Worse
I think it looked.
The
ship,
pretty bad. The Blue Beetle ship looked really good. I think they did a good job with that.
Yeah, I actually thought like that was like a practical set put it? Like not like the ship flying, but like when they were like
they were inside and stuff like that. Probably.
Because but yeah, the ship looked fine. But I'm telling you, there was a lot of CG that took me out of the movie. Like a big problem for me with this movie is that I didn't connect with it. And I really couldn't put myself into that world. It's really important for you to be swallowed by a movie.
I don't think it's necessarily because they have this set. It's just a fucking mess. Mm-hmm. There's no ideas that like There's nothing clever about this movie. It when it doesn't know. I think this is what happened. The best way I can describe like how this script was written. He wrote a draft, had really good ideas, and as you should with a first draft, is fill it up with bullshit just to get it done. And I think what happened was where he couldn't completely fill in the like where he couldn't fully connect the dots, he just scribbled something in there, like something cliche to get it done.
Right.
And it just ended up ruining the entire movie.
That could be it. You know, mainly we're just speculating. There could always be maybe some studio interference, but it does make sense. It does. Well,
knowing it's WB, they
probably did. You know, and it's what it is. You know, like there's a lot of very mediocre films out there. I just think this is just another one to the pack. But I do appreciate that. It's good for representation. It's good for like that whole that whole aspect of we're trying to tell a more authentic story about family, because there's so many movies now trying to use like the family through line, and it doesn't feel real, and in this one, like I feel like the family, they got along, they felt like an actual
that's what I agree with. I think that was the strongest part of the movie, and I think they aced that, and I think that's genuinely where I feel like I can see why people enjoy the movie, because there are people who go to movies and there'll be like one really good thing throughout the movie that carries them throughout all the other stuff. Because realistically, there's a lot of people. When I was a kid, there was a lot of movies today that I'll watch today, I'll hate it. But when I watched it as a kid, I loved it because I'm not thinking about all the other stuff. A majority of families that are gonna go see this movie, their kids just want to see shit blowing up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying,
and they will get that with especially the Spike, bro. They'll get all that.
That's insane. I respect the movie for doing that.
That was like one of the coolest scenes. That was the scene, but then it just made it like even funnier for me, where I was like, why is he hesitant about killing people? Bro? His family seems like they're ready to kill it.
That's just the script problem. That's just the guy just didn't know what he was talking about. But anyways, hey, it got first at the box office, but it still bombed. Like, oh my God, it beat Barbie. What? It's been out for fucking 4 weeks. Like, I hope it beats Barbie. Jesus Christ.
I don't have sympathy for Warner Bros. With this movie bombing.
And Warner Brothers literally also released Barbie.
Yeah.
So they were taking up the box office.
Yeah. So
right now.
they'll have their cash and all that stuff. But
they made so much money off of Barbie. I don't think
it'll
DC
bounce out.
Yeah, I don't think they don't have it. But it's still it's expected. We expected it. I mean, I knew the moment I saw the trailer. In the previous episodes of I think the last time we recorded a podcast, I was talking about it. That it looks like a straight to TV movie. And
it does, because like the lighting, I feel like the lighting and all this stuff just really made it feel more cheesy and more like more like a TV film. And I think you mentioned to me that this was originally planned to go straight to Max, but then they sort of backed out on that and made it go to theaters.
Yeah.
And it makes sense. Like that actually makes sense for this movie.
Yeah. So yeah, the script and cinematography ruined the movie for me. But you know what's funny? Like, if you want to hear more dumb shit from Warner Brothers, if you look online, like the box office failure was blamed on Hurricane Hillary.
Yeah, they blamed. Oh man,
they were like, because that's like the most popular place where like this film is supposed to hit that demographic, so. That's why our movie bombed. What about the other 80% of the fucking states that this shit was released in, bro? Like,
no, they
where was Hurricane? What are they talking about? Like, let me look up.
You can see like the map of where it was hitting, but the thing about that is that they always
it was in Southern California. What the fuck is like? Oh my God, the Southern Californians really needed to see Blue Beetle and they couldn't because of Hurricane. Warner Brothers is such clownery. That's not even a word. It's just buffoonery, bro. Buffoonery, that goes on over there.
No, here's what I'll say. The way that they justify it it is they're like, okay, we need something to blame the failure of our movie on, so that our investors.
Other reasons. How about we just didn't make a good movie?
That would be good. That would be respect if studios started saying that. But investors.
They did it with Batgirl.
They did it with.
They decided to just fucking clip that movie.
Right.
It was done.
Yeah.
It was done. Just release it.
Because they're always thinking of how to keep the investors happy and stuff,
Do you think this would have benefited from HBO Max release though? Or I'm sorry. Max release. Max release.
Genuinely speaking, I do value the theater experience, and I don't want things to always be going straight to streaming. So I don't know. Maybe if it went straight to Max, it would have been better. But I really don't care. I prefer theaters.
If Hurricane Hillary was such a problem, why didn't y'all release it on Max so families could watch it at home? They probably didn't have.
That's rough. But man, it's one of those things, man, where I just care about. Shut the fuck up.
Stop. That's not funny.
Okay,
Stop laughing.
Okay.
No, people.
Yes,
bro,
people.
bro,
Yes.
Stop. Apologies.
You apologize. You brought it up.
You laughed.
I'm sorry.
5.1 magnitude earthquake. Yo, where was Blue Beetle?
Be very careful with your next statement.
I'm gonna stop talking.
Okay, yeah. But they gotta say something.
I hope everyone is okay.
Yeah,
regarding
no,
the hurricane.
100% like seriously.
Hey man, I'm not the one using it as a fucking excuse for why my movie sucks. All right, suck my dick. I'm not out here bitching about a fucking the fucking hurricane ruined my box office.
But go with your question. Genuinely, I value the theaters, even if it's for like mediocre films and all that stuff. Like I prefer it not going straight to streaming, bro. I prefer it like
I can't believe that's what they decided to
that's their angle. Yeah, I get you.
But yeah, man. Would you be interested in seeing a Blue Beetle sequel if it was like good?
Probably. I'm interested.
I wouldn't say that off this movie. Like if I had to base it off this, I like the character because I played Injustice.
Right.
Both games. So I like the character, but
you clarified to me if it was good, and if it's good, I do want to see good movies, But from this movie alone, no,
I think that's
because you phrased the question in a way where I'm like, okay, if it's good, of course I'll fucking check it out, But
just off this movie alone.
This movie alone, no.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I don't know, man. This is weird times. Mm-hmm. Weird times, man. So yeah, Blue Beetle. If you have A-list, go see it. If you don't, save your money. I mean, hey.
There's a strike, and we're not promoting any movies.
That's why if you have A-list,
you're paying it anyway.
You're not. I
guess.
Paying shit.
There's a little gray area.
Theaters. We support theaters, not studios.
Not studios.
Okay.
Right.
We need theaters. You want to write shit? You need theaters, motherfucker. Okay, let's not be dickheads about this.
There's a gray area.
There's a gray area, and this is where I operate. Yeah. But yeah, Blue Beetle. Who cares?